What's going on, everybody? I hope you're having a fantastic Monday so far. TJ here with Daily Grind Fantasy Sports. Guys, we just did some really good plays populate to the PrizePicks board. WNBA populated for tomorrow. So these games are taking place tomorrow. So I figured let's go ahead. Let's get a first look here of these WNBA plays. We have some really good discrepancies by comparing sportsbook lines directly over to PrizePicks. And guys, you know I have the DGF PrizePicks optimizer pulled up in front of me. If you guys haven't signed up yet for our website, I don't really know what you're doing. We offer 7-day free trials currently. You guys can go to dgfantasy.com right now and get started on a 7-day free trial, free of charge. Test out all of our tools, our products. If you like it, stick around. If not, hey, it is what it is. But go ahead, take advantage of that 7-day free trial. But guys, yeah, we have a fully populated, not fully populated, but we do have some early plays here, WNBA. We got some early lines over on Batano. We also have some nice UFC lines that treated us pretty nicely over this last weekend. So I wanted to jump in, build out a slip before these plays inevitably get bumped, and I wanted to send this out to you guys. So we're going to start at the top here. We have Dewana Bonner over 20.5 points. Right now, direct comparison to Batano that currently has this set to 22.5. So we have a 2-point discrepancy when comparing Batano back to PrizePicks. Right now, Batano has minus 114 odds on the over, so essentially the near even line, they have it set to 22.5. PrizePicks currently has it set to 20.5. This should get bumped up, at least a point to 21.5, but we're getting the better number here, obviously, over on PrizePicks. So we're going to play it in our 5 flex where we only need minus 119 implied odds. And yes, I don't think I mentioned this, but we're building out a 5 flex slip over on PrizePicks right now. 5 and 6 flex slips are the most optimal slip type over on PrizePicks. That's what you guys should be playing day in and day out. So we're going to start off this slip with Dewana Bonner over 20.5 points. We're going to head over to WNBA over 20.5 points. Yeah, so it looks like they only have points right now for WNBA, so we're getting these lines really early, which is huge. Able to find those discrepancies, get the better number before they're bumped or removed. So we get Dewana Bonner starting us off over 20.5 points. Moving on down the list, guys, we got Erica Wheeler over 12.5 points. Again, direct comparison to Batano that has slight juice on this over of 14.5. So we're getting the better number on PrizePicks, another 2-point discrepancy when comparing Batano back to PrizePicks. So over 12.5 points here for Erica Wheeler. We're going to go ahead and get that added in here. Erica Wheeler over 12.5. Moving on down the list, I'm going to skip over this UFC play. We're going to stick with WNBA. We'll go back to this UFC play for our 5th and final leg. But because I have WNBA pulled up, we'll continue to pull these WNBA plays. And next we have Diamond Miller under 14.5 points. Again, direct comparison to Batano that has this 1 point lower at 13.5 with juice on her under. So we're getting the better number on PrizePicks when comparing the sportsbook back to PrizePicks. 56.2% fair odds percent is what we're looking at. So Diamond Miller, we're going to head back over to PrizePicks. Diamond Miller under 14.5 points. We have some correlation here. Connecticut hopefully handles Minnesota. Hopefully Diamond Miller isn't scoring. Hopefully Dewana Bonner is. Not too crazy of a correlation here with the WNBA plays, but then again, we're definitely going to be playing this Diamond Miller under 14.5 points. And that's going to be leg number 3. Moving on down the list, we have Tiffany Hayes over 10.5 points. Direct comparison again to Batano with juice on her over of 11.5 points, excuse me, minus 116 odds. Getting the better number on PrizePicks when comparing it to Batano in that 1-point discrepancy. So we're going to add in Tiffany Hayes over 10.5 points. I'm comfortable taking Dewana Bonner and Tiffany Hayes. Both of them can for sure hit their player prop number. And hopefully, you know, Connecticut handles Minnesota because we do have 2 players from Connecticut and their overs. And last but not least, guys, you could go Brianna Stewart under points, but I'm not going to skip over this UFC play. Obviously, it's not going to take place until Saturday, so this is the really early line. We saw some really good discrepancies that we were able to take advantage of when comparing sportsbook lines back to PrizePicks earlier last week with some of those UFC plays, and a lot of them did get bumped and adjusted. So getting these numbers early, locking them in, more often than not, we're getting the benefit of the doubt. When PrizePicks goes back and adjusts their line, we're locked in at the better number. So we're going to do that same exact thing here with this Carlston Harris and Jeremiah Wells over 2 rounds. Now, again, this is comparing to a sportsbook line that currently has it set to 2.5. Now, for those of you who get confused when it comes to UFC, total rounds is equivalent to fight time. So you'll see it populate on the optimizer as total rounds. So total rounds over 2, it's going to be 10 minutes because each round for UFC is 5 minutes. So right now we have a direct comparison to two different sports books that had this set to 2.5 rounds, aka 12.5 minutes. So that's a 2.5 minute discrepancy between the sports books and PrizePicks. There is juice on the under here on Pinnacle and Bet Online, but again, there's that 2.5 minute discrepancy. So really good number for us. We're gonna go ahead and look up Wells here over on MMA. Boom, fight time. We're gonna be taking the over 10 minutes. So we just need them to 1 second. We just need this fight to go to the third round. Start the third round and we hit the over. And that's going to do it, guys. We have 5 really good plays. We got the better number when comparing sports books directly back to PrizePicks. We're going to go ahead and get this locked in. And that's going to do it for the early value that we're securing, mostly for WNBA, but UFC as well. Again, we have DeWanna Bonner over 20.5 points. We have Erica Wheeler over 12.5 points. Diamond Miller under 14.5 points. Tiffany Hayes over 10.5 points. And then Jeremiah Wells and Carlson Harris over 10 fight time minutes, aka over 2 rounds. And that's going to do it for this 5 flex slip, guys. If you are going to be tailing, make sure you hit that like button, turn on that notification bell, and smash that subscribe button if you guys haven't, for all of our future content. I will catch you guys later. I love you, and let's cash.